Heavy word for somebody as young as me. I'm yet to make a mark, but with all the support and confidence that our society today provides young entrepreneurs like myself, I am sure the day is not far that something good really happens. A warm good afternoon to one and all the speakers, dignitaries, and dear students. Thank you for staying back post lunch. I know it wasn't easy, and I know this because I'm closer to your age than to all the experienced members here. Social entrepreneurship, by definition, means a social problem and you find a new solution towards solving these problems. By God's grace, we live in a geography where we have abundant such problems. Our guests from Afghanistan, Bangladesh also shared this opportunity with us. We have tremendous opportunity in the social space to make an impact. And in the course of this day and this event, we have heard eminent speakers share how can we use government policy better, how can we get investment better, how to design a business plan, etc., etc. I am no expert, and their knowledge would also help me as well as you if you intend to build a company in the social space. What I would like to share from my experience is what got me to leave a nice, comfortable corporate job and why I became an entrepreneur in the first place. Now I realize I've come to an engineering college where if you get a job, it is like Bhagwan mil gaya. People celebrate getting jobs like this is why I was born. Like Cognizant, yes, that's my temple. And I was there, I was very happy. I was working as a consultant with Cognizant. I was in commodity trading space for some time. Very, very corporate, like that is as corporate as you can go. Commodity traders, swanky offices. So a lot of times I get asked this question that why did I leave the 6-digit salary, and I'm working for peanuts today after the kind of education I've had. I'll share a small incident. This happened way back. I'll share a joke that got me my first ever certificate in school. That was the first certificate that I ever received. And all the certificates I've received post that, the first one still always remains special. So the joke goes like this. There were two friends, Ram and Sham. They were walking down a beautiful village road, something what Chidambaram would have seen on his cycling trips. And suddenly a bull comes from behind and he knocks down Ram. Now these people are village folks, okay, they don't have English education like the VCD folks do. So they knew English, tik-tak, bol lete the, chal jata tha kind types. And the doctor was a city bred, he was well versed in English. So Sham takes Ram to the hospital and now he tries to explain what happened. Doctor is, tell me in English what happened. I don't understand what you're saying. Now this poor Sham, he had to seek help. So somehow he managed to convert his thoughts in English. And this is what he said. A bell was coming doda doda, he beating on my tangda, so he becoming langda. This joke, I was in 3rd standard, got me my first joke telling certificate. But recently, I was invited as a trainer at a government school, a little on the outskirts of Nagpur from where I belong. And I saw students speaking the same way, students of 2nd year undergrad program. And at that point of time, it wasn't funny. I don't say English is the lifeblood of your career. It's just a language, it's a medium of expression, that's it. But knowing English helps you in career progression. We are a service economy, and the kind of industries and jobs we have out there, English is essential for somebody who is an engineer or somebody who's from a computer science background. And seeing these 2nd year students talk English like doda doda, madam, what is this like? You want to go use a washroom and they're not able to express it for no fault of their own. That was my turning moment. That's when I decided that, maybe my education has a better purpose. My education has a better reason. I didn't graduate from one of the best universities in the world, one of the best management schools in India, and make an excel every day. Like, that is not why I was born. I decided to quit my job. I started a company in Nagpur. It's a learning and development firm. After getting trained from Dale Carnegie, I got the best education in the training space that was possible, and now I design programs for 10 rupees and 20 rupees and 50 rupees per student to teach them some of the basic art of communication, which gets them a decent starting job. And I don't have to tell you that a job for somebody who's coming from a tier 3 and a tier 2 background would mean life and death for them. So my experience in entrepreneurship started with a joke, but there is something that I learned in the journey, and keeping it relevant to our topic today, I would share with the students over here 3 lessons that I learned when I started my company. And I'm in the process of developing this company, so I wouldn't be able to share what to do once you achieve $1 million valuation. But I'll keep it to whatever I know, whatever I've experienced. The first lesson and first observation I had was you need to understand the problem first, and this has been adequately discussed earlier today as well. What was the problem? Was it the students were stupid? I don't know. Was the college not infrastructure-wise adequate? I don't know. Like, then why is it that the students, especially coming from rural backgrounds, lagged in language skills and communication skills vis-a-vis the people from urban background? And we did a lot of research in identifying what was wrong. We did a lot of research in identifying why was it that the students were not reaching class on time? Why was it that the uniforms were always so dirty? I mean, you go to a tier 1 school and you wear a dirty uniform and the school will throw you out. But over there it was okay. So we spent a lot of time in identifying the problem so that the solution that we could design was right spot on. We could come up with a training program for 30 rupees, that's it. Like, that's a little more expensive than a plate of samosa. For a plate of samosa, a student could get trained in English language and communication for a whole month. And that has really shown in their placement reports. The second learning that I had, and this might be a little controversial when I say it at such a esteemed platform. Once you identify the problem, you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel again. Look around, see what people are doing about the problem. I belong to an organization called Global Shapers Community, started by World Economic Forum 8 years back. And that is what we do. We identify a problem, we go out there in the world and we tell them, this is a problem. Is there anybody out there who's figured out a solution? If yes, beg, borrow, steal. I mean, there is no shame in stealing, okay? Just the objective should be solving the problem, not who gets the credit, who gets the branding, who's benefiting in the process. It'll come later. If you believe that there is not adequate solution out there that is solving your problem, then of course invest time and effort in building a new wheel. But till then, focus on the problem, not on my brand should go first, my logo should look very swanky, it should show up in Facebook posts and Google listings, etc., etc. And the last learning I had, and this was the biggest mistake I made when I started out, I tried to collaborate with people, and while I was building my team, I looked for people with skill set. Nothing wrong, you need people with skills. A company would not work if you don't have skills, but most importantly, you need people who are as hungry as you are. Skill set can be learned, skill set can be acquired, trained. Passion cannot. It comes from inside. So all the students out there who are, after going through this whole day, you feel inspired of building a social enterprise, a for-profit social enterprise, nothing wrong in making money while solving a social problem. Please focus on passion. Look for people who share the same vision as you do. Skill set, whether they know how to design Photoshop, all the swanky softwares that are out there, that can always be learned. But while you're building your initial team, and I'm sure you would be able to support how important a team is, especially the founding team. People who will give you money and people who will join you along the way would look at the team and the passion you share, and not whether you have an IIM guy in your team or not, whether you have an MIT guy in your team or not. That's all secondary. It's like a good to have, cake pe cherry hai to acha hai, but we still eat the cake, right? We don't leave the cake because there's no cherry on it. So these were some of the learnings that I had. I'm still learning. Being here today was a great learning experience for me as well. I learned a lot from all the senior members here. And if I had to share whatever I've learned in the last few years of my entrepreneurship journey, and at the cost of repeating this message, please chase purpose, do the work that means something to you and not just a pay slip. And that would be my message I would like all of you to take away from this session. Thank you so much.